Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome everyone. Today's meeting is both an important one and an interesting one. We've been engaged by Global Learning Inc., who have experienced rapid growth globally, from 50 employees to over 1,000 in just a few years. Last year, their HR was overwhelmed with over 100,000 applications for just 500 positions, creating significant bottlenecks in processing candidates. So, GLI has asked us to evaluate the impact of the AI-based screening tool known as InterviewPro into the hiring process. They've identified their primary concerns as escalating costs, extended hiring cycles, and the risk of losing top talent due to recruitment delays. Anton, would you like to address the first item on the agenda?
Absolutely. GLI has built its reputation on being people-focused and collaborative. Any AI implementation in their interview process must align with and reinforce these fundamental principles. This is critical in shaping both its culture and its brand. These values must be reflected when considering the implementation of AI into the interview process.
Google has demonstrated how data-driven HR coexists with human values, generating $200,000 in profits per employee through balanced quantitative and qualitative approaches. GLI could similarly use InterviewPro for high-volume screening, while human recruiters handle the cultural fit and relationship building.
Well, let's begin and look at the candidate experience through the interview process. InterviewPro offers several advantages, such as offering a faster, more consistent interview experience. Applicants face the same questions and receive timely feedback, which could improve fairness and candidate engagement, especially with the high volume of applicants that they're currently experiencing globally.
You're right, but that efficiency comes with trade-offs. AI-driven automation can feel impersonal for candidates looking for human interaction. Without care, this could alienate the very top talent that they seek and damage the people-focused employer brand that they are proud of and want to maintain.
And that's where brand perception comes in. As mentioned, GLI positions itself as a human-centric company, whilst a fully automated front end might feel misaligned. An innovative AI system could simultaneously reinforce the reputation as forward-thinking, particularly appealing to tech-savvy candidates. The key is balancing automation with human touchpoints. It's also important to recognize that an innovative system will drive GLI's position as an evolutionary company.
Well, conversely, existing employees may feel concerned about job security, fairness, and the loss of the human interaction. The AI rollout might be viewed as career-threatening if HR is being reshuffled. Which department's next? This risks eroding internal culture, employee morale, and organisational trust.
The key is balance. A hybrid approach where InterviewPro handles initial screening and recruiters focus on deeper evaluation. This lets GLI modernise without losing what makes its culture strong. That's how they can enhance efficiency while staying true to their values.
Fantastic. And what are some positive outcomes that might come from this implementation? I mean, there are many benefits to implementing an AI-powered interview screening system. InterviewPro claims they can reduce this initial screening time by 75%, and this translates to saving millions of dollars annually. What do you think?
Well, I mean, implementing AI can also lead to further insights and analytics that can be used in GLI's hiring process. I mean, if we look at Credit Suisse, they recently saved over $100 million annually by utilizing data insights to reduce attrition.
Also, with predetermined questions set by HR, GLI can introduce standardized interviews for all candidates, removing recruiter bias. That being said, InterviewPro is not without risk. Its effectiveness depends on how it's trained. If past hiring data contains bias, the AI can unintentionally replicate this pattern.
Regulation also presents significant challenges. Compliance obligations include disclosure and fairness standards, whilst candidate consent and biometric data collection is subject to strict local privacy laws. AI hiring tools face constantly evolving legislation across the globe, with requirements varying by jurisdictions.
Well, there's also a perception issue. An automated process may feel impersonal to applicants. Research finds that using AI recruitment increases difficulty and anxiety of applicants, which could undermine GLI's people-first culture.
Implementing such broad changes can raise many ethical concerns. For example, consider oversight. In the AI decision-making process, no one can oversee the thousands of screening decisions made by the AI. And what about accountability? I mean, who's responsible for the decisions made by the AI?
You're right. AI systems are known to hallucinate. What are the safeguards to protect applicants against that? Additionally, what are the protections that are in place to reduce the risk to GLI? How can they stop or minimize this?
Also, AI can reinforce bias if trained on historical data, raising concerns about fairness, discrimination, and diversity outcomes. For example, regulations in the US and EU now require disclosure on such topics, including the use of AI in the hiring process. A recent example from Reuters has shown that Amazon was having a few issues with its AI hiring process, where basically men were favoured at the expense of women. And they were criticised for being sexist and discriminatory, and they've since had to scrap the program.
Don't forget other important considerations such as data security, privacy, staff development, and the concerns regarding job displacement.
And what about issues with accessibility, inclusivity, and the misrepresentation of social and cultural cues, privacy and compliance and transparency?
Well, I think we should move on. Let's consider now GLI's internal side of the recruitment process. It's no secret, AI is advancing exponentially. Its performance is doubling every 4 to 7 months, and how GLI responds today will greatly determine how the company's future pans out.
Recruiters still have the upper hand when it comes to context and personality fit. AI can handle the initial screening faster, while recruiters can better focus on their energies on later steps in the recruitment process. Focus more on matching team culture and employee well-being together through an EAP program, for example.
Managing this shift must start with communication. It's crucial to engage the team early, address concerns, and build buy-in through clear messaging and transparency, but also ensure that this comes throughout the entire process.
Recruitment roles will have to evolve. Some tasks may get phased out, but new roles will emerge. Focus more on nurturing internal culture, strategic hiring, and decision-making. Recruiters may feel uncertain, so support and clarity will be key.
Exactly, and to make this sustainable, GLI should be investing in upskilling, teaching recruiters how to use AI tools, and strengthening skills in analytics to future-proof their teams, increasing their which will increase their value to the business and reduce the fear of job displacement. And I mean, to continue on, what about the future of AI? I mean, should GLI extend the AI application and replace their whole HR team? I mean, I don't think so. I think HR is crucial to organisations and performs a key life-sustaining function.
If anything, HR should have stronger representation at the executive level, I think. Their role is key in driving the company's strategic direction because they manage its primary asset, human capital.
HR performs important functions such as aligning policy, managing human capital, and to protect the organisation legally. Humans bring nuance, judgment, and adaptability. Replacing HR with AI loses these functions and risks cultural damage, long-term disengagement, and rising legal exposure for GLI.
Yes, but it's hard to ignore the financial upsides. Replacing HR could have significant savings in the form of salaries, benefits, and overheads. It also improves efficiency due to quick decision-making. All these benefits could be reinvested into talent development, employee well-being, and other strategic areas that keep people at the centre.
You're right, and however, a fully AI managed system risks eroding organisation culture. HR provides empathy, coaching, and conflict resolution that technology simply can't replicate. It also devalues people, relationships, trust, and emotional intelligence form a part of human capital. Replacing that will send the wrong message to the current staff and future candidates.
So the likely outcome isn't a full removal, but rather a selective reduction. I think transactional tasks may go, but HR's strategic role, as seen in leading firms like Procter & Gamble, remains essential to adapting in a changing market.
So, to summarise, the impact depends on how GLI frames and implements the tool. Through a hybrid approach with AI for efficiency and humans for connection, it can modernise the process without compromising the company's cultural values.
Can I say, the choice before GLI isn't binary. It's not humans versus AI. It's about orchestrating both to create something that neither could achieve alone. In 5 years' time, GLI won't be measured by how well they automated hiring, but how thoughtfully they preserve the human-centric focus while scaling globally using InterviewPro as their partner.
Well, this has been a fantastic discussion, and I think GLI will be very pleased to hear our thoughts into how we can implement AI into the initial screening process and about HR at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well
thank
done.
you. Thank you. Well done.